Just a quick pitch if anybody's interested. I'm selling this brown ram and my George Heller ram this year. And I'm going to be keeping a couple of home rams and the Dorper. So if anybody needs a good solid ram that can be outside and do their job, just let me know. Again, it's this one and the one that just got under the fence. I gotta fix that fence. So this is an old dairy exercise yard, and they put it up high for dairy cows, and they just figured they can snake under there. So I gotta put the hay out of their reach, because I've been storing hay over there. But I really like the look of him, and he was a good ram and he did his job, and so was the George Heller ram. That George Heller ram's pretty tough. He was the one that George had born in February of last year, and it made it through those North Minnesota winter as a little lamb. All right, we got them all back in, and we put some stepping posts across that, and if we have to, we'll put a hot wire across there, but that's extra work. They got lots to eat out here yet. Come on, sheep. Come on, you pregnant ladies. Let's go. Good workout. Gotta get old Gimpy out. She'll be the last one. And then we'll tie it up. We might need to hustle her along. Alright, I might stop this to tie it up. It's just so easy to move these sheep now that I have 4 or 5 generations of trained ewes. So even the young ones who barely understand what's going on right now, they just follow, and the sheep associate the sound of my four-wheeler with food. So I just opened it up, got ahead of them, and they followed me right in on another beautiful Minnesota spring day. Look at that. I love these kind of clouds. Just a majestic time of the year. So you can see the grass is pretty young and short yet, so we're supplementing hay with hay, and I just want to get them on rotation. I think that's going to be important. All right, we got to go bring the dog feeder, the waterer, etc., etc. This milk cow sure is funny. She just watched as I didn't realize she wasn't with us. I went back, and she was just standing there wondering where everyone went. So then I grabbed her, just gave her a little tug on that collar, and she followed me like a dog all the way back. She sure is tame. Kind of stupid, but tame. It's kind of nice. There are little moments, like right now, when I'm sitting around my tractor tire rim, fire here, where I just go, wow, this is an unbelievable thing I get to have. I'm listening to the frogs and the toads call each other at night, and the odd loon. I just heard a owl fly right over me, hooting just very softly. So we're off planting this field. I'll show you guys what we're doing, but I want to first I want to talk through the seed that we're using. So we have this is regular alfalfa seed. This is meadow brome. It's got a big seed, so we're putting it in with the oats. And then this is our additional, I think we did a 14-way cross here, if I can get into this bag. A 14-way cross with a warm and cool season grasses, a couple kinds of legumes, brassicas, the whole thing. So we're just mixing it in a tub because this is going in the small box right here. And then we're putting the oats and the brome in the big box. So Doug's driving the tractor and the seed drill, and I'm going to be his guy Friday, bringing him grass seed to fill up as we go. So I'm just walking the field. You can see we're getting some seed out. We're going to have to check our seed rate. Kind of looking for oats here. I can see the alfalfa and the clover seeds more easily because they have that inoculant on them. Okay, yeah, here we go. We're getting some seed out. We'll have to check that rate though. You can see there's Doug turning back the other way. We're going to check it out. We'll see how well everything's seeding. So this is the pasture that we fenced in this last year, and then we're going to be putting this field to work too. And so the corners are like right behind those trees, so I'll cut the old barb, and I have a gate there. And this is the field we're planting into pasture this year. We're going to go all the way to the road and put a big fence in. But this is really nice. I actually, when I first talked to Doug, he called this field worn out because there's too much grass in it. And that was just the paradigm he was living in as a dairyman, is he wanted a lot of alfalfa for energy. But you know, this is I'd call it 50-50, and that's okay. I'd say we're putting in 25% legumes on this new field, so it'll be a big experiment to see how that works. And then we're going to keep expanding, and you see all that over there is the other half of the farm. We're going to be slowly pulling more and more of that into hay, and then eventually into more and more out of row crops as we move this farm into a regenerative model. Well, we had an absolute ass kicker of a storm the other night, and it's pretty wet in here. You can see standing water, and they got this down pretty good. So just to contrast, you can see what they're heading into here, and starting to see some walking a little funny, which is usually when their hips start telling them it's time to have a lamb. Hang on, I gotta undo this and we can move them. There you go. We're gonna just have a look at who's looking real pregnant and who's got a ways to go. Like, she's starting to get a bag there. Oh yeah, she's getting a bag. Look at that. So I'm very glad to be moving them onto dry, clean ground. Look at that. We're going to be having lambs here shortly. But it is a cold, blustery day after that rainstorm. And I'm not going to be spending extra time out here, I don't think. So we got today, tomorrow, up on the hill and heading back that way. All right. Just kind of checking out the animals after that massive thunderstorm we had, just to make sure everything is as it should be. He's a nice looking steer, so calm too. I was gonna go and buy a couple more steers from the guy I bought him from, but I'm just a little dubious because he struggled a little bit with the cold temperatures and being outside without a barn, so I decided not to. But other than that, I'm very pleased with him. And this is you can see this is totally recovered ground from weeds, and we're just working towards improvement with manure and hay. Isn't that a nice looking